Hello, welcome to everybody in my online biology class. Today I will explain the animal kingdom in vertebrates. I am Dr. Deobrato Mukherjee, PGT Biology, Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 Kachrapada. So students, first of all, we know that is the animal kingdoms are is being classified into two types. One is the non-chordates, that is the invertebrates, and the chordates, that is vertebrates. Today I will highlight the concept of a invertebrates only. So in this chapter, we will study about the basis of classification, classification of animals, level of organization, and the classification up to the invertebrates. So, and the overall view, if you know the as over a million species of the animals which we are getting, when we been look around, we will see, we will observe that the different animals with the different structures and forms. As over a million of species of animals have been described till now, the need of classification becomes all the more important. So, so far the classification is concerned, it helps in assigning a systematic position to newly described species, from species to genus, family, order, class, phylum, and the kingdom. So we have already discussed the concepts. What is the basis of classification? In spite of the difference in structure and forms of the different animals, there are the fundamental features common to various individuals in relation to the arrangement of cells, the body symmetry, nature of coelom, pattern of the digestive, circulatory or the reproductive system. All the features are used as the basis of the animal classification, and some of them are I will discuss. The level of organization means though the all members of the animalia are multicellular, all of them do not exhibit the same pattern of organization of cells. There we see cellular level, tissue level, organ level and the organ system level. So the cellular level of organization will be discussed. Example, in sponges, the cells are arranged as loose cell aggregates. What does it mean? They exhibit cellular level of organization, loose cell aggregates. Some division of labor, that is activities, occur among the cells. So next we will talking about the tissue level of organization. Tissue level means it is found in coelenteраtes. The arrangement of cells is more complex. Here the cells performing the same function are arranged into tissues, hence it is called the tissue level of organization. Next coming organ level. A still higher level of organization, that is organ level, is exhibited by the members of Platyhelminthes and other higher phyla, where the tissues are the grouped together to form organs each specialized for a particular function. Organ system level of organization in animals like the Annelida, Arthropoda, molars, echinoderm and chordates, organs have associated to form the functional system. Each system is concerned with a specific physiological function. This pattern is called the organ level of organization. Organ system means it is different groups of animals exhibit various patterns or the complexities. For example, the digestive system in Platyhelminthes has only a single opening to outside of a body that serves as both mouth and anus, and it is called incomplete. So a complete digestive system means two opening mouth and anus as you are seeing in the picture. Circulatory system is to be concerned two types, open and closed. Here I am showing you the pictures, the diagrams of open and closed type of circulatory system. It is found open system means heart, hemolymphs in sinuses, surrounding organs, pores. In the insects we get closed circulatory system. Here is the ventral vessels are there and blood, heart and the small branches of vessels of each organ. There is the blood also passing through the vessels. So the open type in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and cells and tissue are directly birthed in it. So The closed type of the circulatory system in which the blood is circulated through a series of vessels of varying diameter. What are the vessels? Arteries, veins and capillaries. Let us see the symmetry. The symmetry are of the asymmetrical. Example, sponges are mostly asymmetrical, and that is any plane they passes to the center does not divide it into equal halves. So next one, radial symmetry, and when any plane passing through the central axis of the body divided the organ into two identical halves, that is called the radial symmetry. Example, you are seeing these are found the coelenterate, ctenophores, echinoderms, etc. Last of all, the of the symmetry part, that is bilaterally symmetrical. The animals like annelids, arthropods, where the body can be divided into identical left and right half in only one plane, exhibit bilaterally symmetrical. Next, we are talking about the diploblastic and triploblastic organization. Diploblastic animals are what? In which the cells are arranged in two embryonic layers and ectoderm, internal endoderm. This is called diploblastic animals. Example, coelenterates. An undifferentiated layer, that is mesoglia, is present between the ecto and the endoderm. The triploblastic animals are there. Those animals in which the developing embryo has a third germinal layer, that is mesoderm, in between ecto and endo, are called the triploblastic animal. Platyhelminthes to chordates. So here we will talk about the figures are shown also. Coelom. The presence or the absence of a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall is very important in classification. The body cavity lined by mesoderm is called a coelom. Coelomates are what? Animals possessing coelom are called coelomates. Annelids, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, hemichordates, and these being chordates. Pseudocoels are there in some animals. Body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Instead, the mesoderm is present as scattered pouch in between ecto and endoderm. Such a body cavity is called pseudocoelom, and the animal possessing them are called the pseudocoelomates. Example, Aschelminthes. So here we have been showing the comparison between pseudocoelomates and the coelomates. Next one, acoelomates. Acoelomates, the animals in which the body cavity is absent, is called the acoelomates, and that is the platyhelminthes. So the next we will talk about the metamerism. So segmentation. In some animals the body is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial representation of at least of some organs. For example, in earthworm, the body shows this pattern called this being metameric segmentation, and phenomenon is known as the metamerism. Notochord. Notochord is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure found by the dorsal side during embryonic development in some animals. Animals in notochords are called chordates. So here we are showing you the diagrams of some chordates, the salient features of these being chordates. So non-chordates are whom? The non-chordates, those animals which do not form the structures of this structure, the notochord, these are called non-chordate. Porifera to echinodermata, the example shown. So next we will talk about classification of animals. The broad classification of Animalia based on common fundamental features. So here is a preceding section you are seeing in the chart, it has been described. So the important characteristic features of different phyla. Example, the Porifera multicellulary, Cnidaria tissue level, Platyhelminth is bilaterally symmetrical, Nematoda pseudocoels, Mollusca coelomate, Annelida segmentation, Arthropoda jointed appendages, Echinodermata deuterostomes, chordates are the notochords. All the features will be described subsequently. At first we will discuss about the general character of phylum Porifera, that is pore bearing body. The salient features of the members of such phylum are commonly the sponges, generally marine asymmetrical animal, primitive multicellular animal having cellular level of organization. You see their structural pattern. Water vascular system is their specialty, and the Water vascular system they have a water transport of the canal system. Water enters through the minute pores called the ostia in the body wall, and the central cavity spongiostil. From here goes out through the osculum, and the pathway of the water transport is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange, and the removal of waste. So the choanocytes or the collar cells are their salient features. These are lying the spongiostil and the canal. Intracellular digestion, body is supported by a skeleton made of these spicules or the spongin fibers. Sexes are not separate, that is hermaphrodite. That is, eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by formation of gametes. Indirect internal fertilization development is indirect. There is a larval stage which is morphologically distinct from the adult. Example cycon, example spongilla. So there are the examples are there. Sexual reproduction is taking place by the formation of the gametes. So the next we will talking about the phylum, the Coelenterata, that is called the Cnidaria. You see their pictures. Phylum Cnidaria all are aquatic, maximum marine, sessile, that means free living. Radially symmetrical animal. Cnidaria derived from the cnidoblast or the cnidocytes, which containing stinging capsule or nematocyst that is present in the tentacles and the body. So the name Cnidaria is derived from the cnidoblast or the cnidocytes, which and the present on the tentacles and the body is called the cnidoblast, that is used for anchors, defense, or for the capture of prey. So these are the pictures of them. Tissue level of organization. When you are talking about the cnidarians exhibit tissue level of organization diploblastic. They have a central gastrovascular cavity, single opening mouth or the hypostome. Digestion is extracellular and intracellular. Some of them are the cnidarians. Example, corals have a skeleton composed of the calcium carbonate. So here you see now the beautiful colors of the corals, composition of calcium carbonate, and they have a two phases basic body forms. One is the polyp, second one is the medusa. Polyp is sessile and cylindrical form like the Hydra adamantia. Medusa is umbrella shaped free swimming like the Aurelia or the jellyfish. Both the pictures you are seeing. Alternation of the generation is found there, exhibiting both forms. Alternation of generation is called the metagenesis here. That is, polyp produce medusa sexually, medusa from the polyp sexually. That is found in Ovelia. So examples of phylum Coelenterata, that is the Physalia, Portuguese man of war, Adamantia, sea anemone, Pennatula, sea pen, Gorgonia is common name sea fan, and this Mandrelina, that is the body coral. So all pictures I have been demonstrating here. So animal kingdom classification, we are talking about now phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora, these are commonly known as sea walnut or the comb jelly, and exclusively these are the marine, radially symmetrical, diploblastic organ with tissue level of organization. So here you will see the complex. So the body bears 8 external rows of ciliated complex which help in locomotion, digestion, both extra and the intracellular. They have a specific feature that is called bioluminescence. What is bioluminescence? The property of living organism to emit light is well marked in the Ctenophora. Sex is not separate. Reproduction by asexual method. Fertilization external with indirect development. Example, Neurobankia and the Ctenophora. So the bioluminescence picture I am showing you. Now we will discuss about phylum Platyhelminthes, that is flatworms. Flatworms are there. They have a dorsoventrally flattened body, so these are called the flatworms. And these are endoparasites, mostly endoparasites found in the animals including human beings. These are bilaterally symmetrical, diploblastic, acynomate animal with organ system level of the organization. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form. Some of them absorb the nutrients from the host directly through their body surface, and the specialized cell called the flame cell help in osmoregulation and the excretion. So here you are seeing the pictures of this one. Fertilization, about to say, sexes are not separate, internal and development in through many larval stage. Some members like Planaria possesses high regeneration capacity. Example, Tinea species, that is tapeworm, Fasciola species, that is liver fruit. So next we will be discuss about phylum Aschelminthes, that is roundworm. Male and female, very common example is roundworm. So you are seeing the picture. Phylum Aschelminthes, body of the Aschelminthes is circular in cross section. Name is roundworm. Habitat, they may be free living, aquatic, terrestrial, parasitic in plants, animals. Organ system, level of the body organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, pseudocoelomate animals. So elementary canal, when we will talk about complete with a well developed muscular pharynx, excretory tube removes from the body waste from the body cavity to the excretory ports. Here all the pictures are there. It is the phylum Aschelminthes we are showing. These are dioecious. That means male and female features are females are distinct. Often females are longer than the male. Fertilization is indirect and the development may be direct. Young ones will resembling the adult or indirect. That is the, or it might be indirect. Ascaris species, roundworm, Wuchereria species, filarial worm, these are the hookworms are there. Here I am showing you varieties of examples of phylum Aschelminthes. Next, phylum Annelida. Annelida are the aquatic, either marine or freshwater or terrestrial, free living, sometimes parasitic. They exhibit the organ system level of the body organization, and these are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, metabolically segmented, and coelomate animal. We are seeing leech, and they have the metameres also. They are distinctly marked out of into segments, that is called metameres. Hence name is phylum Annelida. They have a parapodia. The parapodia, the longitudinal circular muscles also, which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelid like Nereis possesses the lateral appendage parapodia, which help in swimming. You see now the mouth parts of a Nereis. It is a highly magnified picture I am showing you. And the one more picture of a Nereis. Achha. So the closed circulatory system has been reported. They have a nephridia, single nephridium, help in osmoregulation and the excretion. So neural system, they have a paired ganglia and they connected by the lateral nerves to double ventral nerve cords. These are dioecious. These are the aquatic form dioecious Nereis, but earthworm and leeches are the monoecious. Reproduction is sexual. Example Nereis, earthworm, Chirotenaria, blood-sucking leech. So many examples are there. Next we are talking about phylum Arthropoda. These are the largest phylum of the Animalia, and these are includes insects. Over two-thirds of all named species of earth are the arthropods. So they have a organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented, and the coelomate animal body arthropod is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. So the body consists of head, thorax, abdomen. They have a jointed appendages. Arthros means joint, poda appendages. Respiratory organs are gills, book gill, book lungs or the tracheal system. Circulatory system is open type. So here the pictures of a jointed appendages are found. Next one, respiratory organs we are showing the gas exchange system and the circulatory system. They are open and the type when the sensory organs like antennae, eye are compound simple. Statocyst, this is the balance organ, are to be found. Excretion is to be concerned through the Malpighian tubule. Is the excretion takes place to Malpighian tubule, mostly dioecious, fertilization internal. These are mostly oviparous. Development may be direct or the indirect. So next I am showing you the body parts of an index. See, head, thorax, abdomen is clearly distinct here. And the examples of arthropods, there are the economically important insects, aphids, honeybee, bombic species, silkworm, and the lacipar, that is lag insect. As per the vectors concerned, anopheles, culex, aedes, mosquitoes, and the gracious pests are there, locusta, that is locust, living fossil, limulus of the king crab. So they have a diversity of their existence. So here I am showing you varieties of arthropods, varieties of arthropod pictures. Students, next we will talk about the phylum Mollusca. Here the beautiful orientation of phylum Mollusca. This is the second largest animal phylum. The mollusca terrestrial or aquatic, marine or freshwater. They have a organ system level of organization. So specialty is the calcareous shell, first time found. Bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic coelomate animal, and body is covered by the calcareous shell, and simultaneously it is unsegmented with the distinct head, muscle, foot and the visceral humps. So the next one, a soft spongy layer of skin forms the mantle over the visceral hump. The space between the hump and the mantle, called the mantle cavity, in which the feathers like gills are present. So the respiratory and the excretory functions are, they have anterior head region as sensory tentacles, mouth contain the file-like grasping organ for feeding called the radula. And the next example of phylum Mollusca, usually dioecious, oviparous with indirect development. Example, Pilus species, that is apple shell, and the Pinactora, that is the pearl oyster, sepia, that is cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus. Many examples are there which are name has been mentioned. You go to this beautiful orientation of them are to be quoted in this slide. And then we will talk about phylum Echinodermata. Phylum Echinodermata, a specialty endoskeleton is first found with the calcareous ossicles. That's why spiny body, so-called Echinodermata. All are marine with organ system level of, and the adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. These are triploblastic and coelomate animal. Example, starfish is the common example. See their orientation. And the digestive system so far concerned, it is complete with mouth and the lower ventral side, anus on the upper of the dorsal side. It is distinctly shown. Water muscular system of their is to be a starfish reported. The most distinctive feature of the echinoderms is the presence of a water vascular system which help in locomotion, capture and transport of food and the respiration. Reproduction is absolutely sexual. Excretory system absent, sexes are separate, and the fertilization external, development indirect with the free-swimming larvae. Examples of phylum Echinodermata, I am showing you the pictures also. Asteria species, that is starfish, Echina species, sea urchin, Antedon, sea lily, and the Cucumeria species, sea cucumber, and the Ophidia, Ophidia, Ophiuria, that is the brittle star. Basic concept all are the spiny skin. So here the orientation of a pictorial representation phylum Echinodermata. So then we will be switching over to phylum Hemichordata. The Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-chordates. So the worm-like, the marine animals, the phylum, small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and coelomate animal. So the body is cylindrical, composed of an anterior proboscis, collar and the longer trunk. So here is the phylum Hemichordata are there. The circulatory system is of the open type, respiration through gill, excretory organ, proboscis gland, sexes are separate, fertilization external, development indirect. All the points are there. So the examples are there: Balanoglossus species, Saccoglossus species. So we are showing you different perspectives of a phylum Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under the phylum Chordata. So the worm-like animals with organ system level organization, Body is again I am telling cylindrical, composed of anterior proboscis, polar and long trunk. Circulatory system is open type. Respiratory takes place through gills. Excretory organ is the proboscis gland. This is their specialty. Separate sexes, external fertilization, indirect development. So the balanoglossus and sacroglossus, again the picture are shown. So next one, phylum Chordata. You see their features, Chordata characteristics. Fundamental characters is the presence of notochord. This is first time found. Second one is a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pair pharyngeal gill slits. So this is their uniqueness. Phylum Chordata, the bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic coelomate with organ system level of organization. Post-anal tail is there and a closed circulatory system has been reported. In this slide, we have discussed the comparison between chordates and non-chordates. In case of chordates, notochord present, central nervous non-chordate absent. Chordate, the central nervous system, dorsal hollow single in chordate, central nervous system, ventral solid, and the double in non-chordate. Pharynx perforated by gill slits, chordate, non-chordate gill slits absent. Heart is ventral cord in chordate, heart is dorsally present in non-chordate. Post-anal part, that is tail, is present in chordate, post-anal tail is absent in the non-chordate. So we can easily compare about this. Some features of phylum Chordata. They are divided into three subphylum: Urochordata or the Tunicata, Cephalochordata, and the Vertebrata. Subphylum Urochordata and Cephalochordata pictures you are seeing often referred to as the Protochordata and are the exclusively marine. Urochordata, to be concerned, in urochordate, notochord is present only in the larval tail, which is Cephalochordata, extends from head to tail region and persistent throughout their life. Example: Urochordata acidia, Salpa, Doliolum, Cephalochordata branchiostomata, Amphioxus or land cell. The picture of the acidia has been shown. Here is the pictorial representation of the acidia, Salpa, Doliolum. Then we will be talking about subphylum Vertebrata. Features: possess notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or the bony vertebral column in adult. So all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. This is a common statement. This is a common statement. The these piece of a subphylum Vertebrata, these are been possessing this notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or the bony vertebral column in the adult. So next one, we are talking about these vertebrata. Besides the basic chordate being characters, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with 2, 3 or the 4 chambers, and the kidneys for excretion, osmoregulation, paired appendages which may be fins or limbs. So next I am giving you some assignments. You go through the assignment, answer it. Some of the MCQs are there, also answers I have given, and there I have been showing you this type of this references with books I have followed, journals I have followed. So that's all. Thank you very much.